From a very young age, from the time you were little, there was a certain path that was set up for you, a certain trajectory that you would go to a certain kindergarten, and then you would go to some sort of the school that was perfect for you, the kind of company that was right for you, the kind of activities that were perfect for you that you're supposed to do, go to Bal Vihar for most Indians or not, and attend soccer or do basketball. There are certain routes, certain schedules that are expected of us, that we all do with our children, because that is what is done by everyone else. And then when you graduate out of college and your career path is kind of chosen, and your mind over a period of time is conditioned to think that certain kind of behavior equals happiness. So if I go to a noisy bar and I'm dancing, then I must be happy. Which means that if I cannot go to a noisy bar and if I cannot dance, then I must be sad. So we now have to find a new sort of balance about what it is that makes us happy. Now this lockdown has done different things for different people. Some people will come out of it feeling very angry, and that is a sign of grief. And being deprived of your normal lifestyle is a loss comparable with any other loss, just like you're losing a job, just like you're losing a family member, just like any of those. Loss is loss, and you will feel it in different ways. A lot of us just are completely in denial. We just try to fill up our time and make ourselves as busy as possible. So we've got back-to-back Zoom calls, we're busy doing this, we're busy cooking, trying out new recipes. Morning to night we fill our time with something or the other. And if there is any extra time, you binge watch some shows. Because you're used to being in contact with humans, outside, talking to people, and now it's just you and whoever you're quarantined with. And you feel like the need to be busy is continuous. There are certain others that are going to feel extremely annoyed at the whole thing and just say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I want to go and meet my friends. I want to go and swim. I want to go to a bar. I want to go shopping. And so you have a percentage of people that are only thinking of their own state of mind, and they're acting out on their anger. And it is only a small percentage of people that will use this time to really think about life as it is now. Right now, what is your life like? What is happening in this moment? What do you have? Are you going to let your circumstance, let the fact that nobody's around you, or the fact that you can't go out, or the fact that you can't go to a party or for dinner or whatever it is, are you going to allow that to guide your state of mind? Because it's very easy for you to slip into depression. It's all about the stories you're telling yourself. What are you saying to yourself? Oh my God, this is a terrible time. I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else. I wish I could see my friends. Oh, I'm stuck with my parents, or I'm stuck with my children, or I'm stuck with someone. Are you saying, are these the kind of comments you're making to yourself? Is this the dialogue that's going on in your mind? Or are you at peace? Just enjoying whatever it is you do have. Because at any point of time, no matter where you are, no matter whether you're surrounded by people, the loneliness can get you. You can be in a crowded room and still be lonely if you're not comfortable with yourself. And it's not the external dialogue that you have to become comfortable, it's the internal one. The one that's constantly going on, the one that's constantly telling you, you are good, you are not good, you are good, you are not good, right? We're listening to one part or the other. What are the stories that you're buying into? And that is what is going to decide. When you come out of this period of lockdown, there's going to be change in you. Because now, in this period of time, you are reconditioning your mind. You are telling yourself different stories. There are now different things that make you satisfied and happy. One of the things is food. Right? We're all trying different types of food. We are enjoying our meals a lot more, and not doing something on the go and something on the run and breakfast avoided. We're taking a lot of time. We're also using this time to reach out to those people that really matter to us. So it's not about just, putting a Facebook post to 10,000 to 500 people. You're taking specific interest in reaching out to your family members, to friends, just for no reason at all. Just to reach out and to say hello and to find out how they're doing. And you will find that there's going to become, the internal dialogue is going to become much more audible. What happens is that when we are in the earlier normal life, that was filled with a lot of people coming in, happenings, things, a lot of busyness, we were not aware of what we are thinking. Now that there's a lot of the external silence, if you are one of the fortunate that have cut out all the unnecessary stuff, then you are becoming more aware of your internal dialogue. And this is really a time when you're going to realize and you're going to prioritize what you really need and what you can do without, what you can just throw away. Get rid of the people who matter in your life, the people who don't. You have a job, you're going to put a lot of effort into it, and you'll realize that you don't really need 8 hours a day, that for maybe 4 or 5 well-spent hours with your work is going to be enough, and you have time to take care of your children or whatever other priorities that you have. If you don't have a job, you're going to use this time to discover what you need to do. There may be something new that you're going to go into now. It might be time for a change of career, a change of thinking. And when you come out of it, for sure, you'll be a different person. A completely different person. But if you train yourself to live in the present moment, then you will adapt to the new normal little by little by little. And 2 years from now, when you look back at the time you were quarantined, you will realize how much of a blessing it was. It might seem like an imposition right now. It might seem unfair. It might seem, like someone took away my senior year in college. Someone took away, all my business and my sales. Everything is closing down. Someone took away my state of mind, my health. I'm worried. I'm constantly agitated and anxious about what's going to happen. What if I fall sick during this quarantine? And I'll have to go to the hospital. Then I'll have to go to the hospital. Unnecessarily, I'll come in contact with COVID patients. I might fall sick. I mean, we have so many worries constantly in our minds. Are you watching these thoughts? Are you observing the thought ladders? Are you learning to break those thought ladders and stay present? And just let the universe function through you. Nothing is in our control. That is one of the biggest lessons that you're going to take away from this quarantine. That it is not in our control, and it is in your best interest to let everything drop and just allow the universe to function through you. Who knows where it's going to take you? It can take you to great heights. You can make great changes. This is your opportunity. Use it wisely, use it well. Stay present, stay focused, take time to build up your health and immunity, to meditate and to breathe, to exercise and eat well, and to discover all the things that truly make you centered and happy and that are important to you. And what can be just left and let go without a glance back. So yeah, it is difficult. It is not an easy time for anybody. When you have your kids around you, I had a house full for 3 months. I was busy complaining how much I had to cook. And I'm sure once they leave, I'll be complaining about how there's nothing to do, no one to talk to, right? We're never happy. We're never happy. And that's the tendency that needs to be reined in. When you complain, you're actually denying what's happening. When you criticize, you're denying what's not happening. When you're angry, you're saying, I don't like what's happening in this moment. You have to drop everything and accept it with whatever it brings. Whatever it brings, good or bad, it is what is. And when you do that, when you just drop all the mind stories that come with the moment, so the moment is not I'm in quarantine, I can't go out, I can't have a good time, I can't meet my friends, I'm feeling so depressed, I'm feeling so exhausted, I work so hard, I can't do these video calls all the time, this is so no. All that's happening is you're sitting in front of a computer, or you're sitting in your chair listening to me, or you're sitting in front of the TV, or you're walking around the house, or you're exercising. That's all that's happening. The rest of it that's going on are just stories in your head. And if you just get rid of those, you go from action to action to action to action without the burden of the mind stories. And when you come out of it, you once again get back into action. You stay with that focus of just doing, staying present, taking this moment with whatever it brings. And you can go through everything, go through anything that life hurls at you effortlessly. Effortlessly. The only thing that prevents you from true happiness is thinking that it's outside, that thinking it's in your head, thinking it's in a thought, in a desire, in a achievement. You think your happiness is further away from you than it actually is. And when you drop it all, what's left is really happiness. Because that is your true nature. And happiness is not jumping off walls, it's not, being high, it's not being drunk. It's being completely at peace with the moment, where you don't need one more thing to complete your time. You don't need one more thing. The moment is complete just as it is. It may not be perfect, but it is complete. And yes, you're having a difficult time. You're at home in front of a TV, in front of a computer, but that's just it. If you just say that I am sitting in front of a computer and that's it, you won't resist the moment. And I think the trick of moving into a non-lockdown period, of readjusting to friends is just to take it one day at a time. We overthink, we make life much more complicated than it is. Life is really very simple if you live in the present with whatever it is, whatever there is right now, right here. And you just make a success of today, because tomorrow is just a collection of todays. Make today successful. Om Namah Shivaya. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like the content, hit the red subscribe button. I'm also on Facebook on my author page, Kanchana Krishnan Iyer, and I'm also on Instagram. See you there. I'll link it down below.